So you're thinking about moving to Blaine, Minnesota? Well, in this video, we're going to take you around Blaine. We will take you through some neighborhoods, show you some different price points of different homes, so you can get an idea what may best fit with your budget. And if you stick around till the end, I'm going to show you the best kept secret of the neighborhood. And we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything that there is to know about living in the Twin Cities suburbs, well, you've come to the right place. Click that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and smash that like button so you can be the first one notified about the current market in Blaine, Minnesota. Now, my name is Garrett Hilton. We get calls and emails every single day from people just like you, looking for help on making their move to Blaine, Minnesota. And we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, shoot us a call, send us a text, send us an email. We would love the opportunity to be able to make your move to Blaine, Minnesota a smooth one. Oh, and don't forget, all of our contact information is in the description below. Hey man, if you're just relocating or let's say you were born in Minnesota and you're just relocating within, this is your channel. If you're going to be moving into the state of Minnesota from another state, this is your channel, or country for that matter. Today, what are we going to do today? Today, we're going to show you 3 homes in 3 neighborhoods and talk a little bit about what $200,000, $300,000, and $400,000 to $500,000 buys you in the state of Minnesota, especially like in the Twin Cities suburbs. So stick around to the end because you don't want to miss out. I got something a little bit special for you guys. You're going to love it. Hey, so another neighborhood yet again in Old Town Blaine, Minnesota, or Older Town. And again, that is not the official name. I'm just saying that. It's an older part of the town or the city of Blaine. And what's cool is that with that, you're still getting the benefit of, you guessed it, sidewalks. Sidewalks as far as the eye can see. And the tax basis is in the median, which is fantastic. Even better than that is the home values around this area keep their value because you're talking a blue-collar family community that generally moves in and they don't leave, which, you know, for some people, they don't benefit from that as much. But for you, coming in, just if anything, a peace of mind to say, hey, you're going to love this place. It's going to be awesome. Now, one of the places that I really, really like over here in Blaine, Minnesota is some of the personal flair that people put to their homes, like that one. How great is that? It's so cool. Likely, the owner of that, they were either a mason and maybe did brickwork for a living, or it was just they got a random pallet of bricks for free and we're like, hey, let's make something cool. It was neat because you can spend your time concentrating on accents as opposed to trying to outdo your neighbors. You get to be more individualized. So yeah, if you got any other further questions, drop a comment below, get me in my DMs, or shoot me a call, shoot me a text. Stay classy, guys. And here we go to the next neighborhood. Again, Blaine got a cool 1960s flow. And it's a lot of one-story ramblers that have 3 bedrooms, 1.5, or just 1 bath, or 1 3/4 bath on the main level, unfinished basements in many cases, especially if they're one-owner homes, that I love them. I just like ramblers. I think they're super practical. They're not flashy. Some people like it more flashy. I get it. I got it. And taxes aren't that high. They're in the median. They're not above the bracket. There's other towns in the Twin Cities suburbs where like the taxes are seemingly like 30% higher what the values are, the home values are, because of and it occurs to me, if I remember correctly, it was because they made such a huge investment in their school system, all of a sudden, like just a surgence, and passed the value on to their citizens. I don't know if that's 100% true, but I think it might be. Let's go check it out and show you what it's like to look at a house. We're gonna knock on the door first. Generally, as I'm walking up, like we're taking a look at just the general shape of the house. I make comments like, "Oh, look at we got some cool bushes right there." You can tell they probably weren't regularly trimmed this year, and maybe they are. Well, yeah. What do you think? Put that in the comments. That was a little bit out of date, and had been built in 1945, and it's along the lines of these, except your stuff that was built in the 50s and 60s generally is going to have sheetrock walls. And it normally wasn't, if it was anything else, like if it was plaster over gypsum. And what plaster over gypsum is like they put up like the 3/8 gypsum, or what we all know nowadays is like sheetrock. They put that on there, and then they would like put plaster over it and smooth it and make it all fancy. And generally, once you hit the 50s and 60s, that wasn't regularly done anymore, just because. Let's see if anybody's home. I don't think anybody's home, but we're going to double check. So we got that. Whoops. It's not updated for the day. Come on now. Discovering the lockbox, it says. Do 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 do. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Garrett with Bridge. Is there anybody in the home? All right. Pitter patter. Let's get at her. All right. When you're first walking in, we've got a living room with some nice oak banister, open kitchen, galley kitchen. These galley kitchens were pretty normal, pretty common. A lot of people that when they refer to, oh, look, it's got an open floor plan and an open kitchen, a lot of that came from the world of having a galley kitchen, which these are such great kitchens. Like as much as people whine and complain about them, you can set them up pretty good and get them working pretty efficiently as far as like your systems that you set up as a cook or as a homemaker, however you want to call it, or a weekend warrior that makes chili and stuff. It's normally was just 2 countertops. You had a stove involved. Let's see. Normally just 2 countertops, stove involved. There was a fridge. I like how the fridge is actually right by the side door, which is the most common door that you would use because it's closest to the garage. Or at least that's the most common door that an owner, it occurs to me, that an owner would use. And what's great about also having the side door is when people pull up, in many cases, they're more apt to pull closer to the garage and make it a more direct entry into the house. And those that, are walking by, roof salesmen, siding sales guys, window sales guys, they go to the front door, just, hello, nice to meet you. Like I mentioned yesterday at one of our other neighborhoods, like these, you look in, these are perfect for that. They've got good solid bedroom on the main level. Generally, they've got bedroom, 2, just like that. And be looking for, and that's some of the other things that I look for as an agent, is I look for blinds to be able to make mention, okay, are they like cheapy Walmart blinds, or if they're more upgraded ones. These ones are the blackout, more upgraded ones that just have a better feel to them. They got more weight, still made out of like a composite plastic material, but still actually really nice. Has a great front door. Looks like they probably replaced the front door as well as the main window. Now this is significant. This is really important to pay attention to, because when you are looking for something, even in this price range, that's rare, because that's a really expensive window. Like, it's huge. It's absolutely ginormous. In most cases, when you're going through this price point of house, that's original still, and all the other windows have been replaced, because they get to the end of the presentation and the guy's like, it's going to be $24,000 for your brand new windows, and you're like, ah! It's like, well, how do we knock some dollars off that one? Well, it looks like these people splurged and did everything all at the same time, which is huge, because it's a major like creature comfort type of an update, or an upgrade. Oh goodness, what am I doing? There's carpet. I'm gonna take my shoes off. Yay, realtor shoes. Another way you can tell a realtor is by their super crazy socks, and they have shoes that you don't have to tie. Because we're always going in and out of houses, checking out places with people. Again, fully unfinished basement. Yep. And you see, you got 1, 2, 3 possibilities. And this itself, around here, this could easily be a bedroom. And you would just cut down that window by about 4 feet and you have another bedroom. It generally, from my opinion and what I've told other buyers, it's generally you figure you're adding an additional like $7,500 once you add a basement bedroom. Now you add another bathroom, you're probably adding like another $7,500 worth of value to the house, because another bathroom, in many cases, if the house has already got 3 bedrooms, it always brings more value. So, like I'd mentioned, sometimes, and here's the other bathroom. Yep, just like that. Cool, man. Good solid half bath downstairs is great. You can add another, you still have plenty of room. Oh my gosh, this place is just sprawling. See, this is why I like ramblers. Ramblers. I mean, 1-stories. This is why I like 1-stories, because they've just got a ton of space. They're a very unassuming house. And it's just great when you go through them, because as you're walking through, it's like, man, this really feels big. Always got to make sure we shut off lights as we go through. But another thing I look at as a real estate agent is, hey man, what's the plumbing look like? Well, here's another perfect example. They've had, if you look down on the floor, they had likely had plumbing work get repaired. And so that means that they took really, really good care. When things broke, they fixed it. It has a newer furnace. It's got a newer water heater. Upstairs, I can't remember. I think there was only 2 bedrooms upstairs. Pretty sure there's only 2 bedrooms upstairs. We'll double check. But, because then technically it would be a 4-bed, 2-bath. But I like the fact that it's a 3-bed. I think that's great. It's a really nice house. Super nice. Oh, it's a little kitty cat. Hi, babies. Oh, I like it when people have animals. That's so great. They keep you company, companionship. 1, 2. Yep. Looks like they converted the both bedrooms on the front of the house into just a 1-bedroom to make it a large master suite, which is definitely something you can do. And I love, again, about the 1-stories, ramblers. Now we're gonna head outside. So, if anything, to open your mind to some older construction, 1-stories, top notch. Totally the way to go. It's function over form in many cases, but it's just great solid homes. You got neighborhoods like this where we do have a fence, but at least it's not a privacy fence in between every single neighbor. So at least you get the experience of having privacy to your yard, but also there's that camaraderie between you and your neighbors. And it's one of the major things that I really appreciate about Blaine, Minnesota. And a multitude, quite frankly, a multitude of other cities right around in this area, in this pocket in the Twin Cities. It's just a phenomenal, from my opinion. That doesn't mean I'm right. I just think that's a really great town. And I hope you can see yourself here. Well, it's probably about the perfect time of the day to be going out and taking a look around the neighborhoods. As people are starting to get home, we'll be able to see some of the traffic that comes through and just see how quiet some of these neighborhoods are. We're in an older part of Blaine that was built in approximately between the 1960s to 1980s. And just some really, really great established neighborhoods, just some cool character that I think you could really appreciate, especially in this price point. So we're gonna hop out and take a walk around the neighborhood. We want to be able to get out and take a look at these neighborhoods. And one of the things I wanted to be able to show you is, in particular, trees like this. Check that out. Yep. Really gorgeous hardwoods. And this was really, really common in the early Blaine neighborhoods. If you look at any of the newer neighborhoods, they plant these little baby spindly trees, and when you're walking through them, it's like, oh man, this is never going to be established. But the cool part is you get to actually see in some of the older neighborhoods, like what is happening with over time with the neighborhoods as they get established like this. Like for instance, this one particular in Blaine, the majority of the older homes in this neighborhood, they're built anywhere from like 1950s, 1960s, and a lot of them are what we call in the Midwest ramblers, or a one-story home. It's just got a basement and a main floor. Most cases, they're about 900 square feet on the main level. They have 2 to 3 bedrooms. Most of them have a bedroom that kind of did both things, both like could work as a dining room or could work as a bedroom, because generally it's directly off the kitchen. Pretty standard tract home. And they're really, really practical and very, very well laid out. They normally have a larger bathroom that serves all 3 bedrooms on the main level, and many of them have an unfinished basement, which gives you the opportunity to build equity in the property. Add a couple of egress windows down in the basement, and maybe another bathroom, so you got a 4-bed or 3-bed 2-bath by the time you're done. So if you scan around, just a perfect time of day. Beautiful day for this, to be able to go out looking at the neighborhoods. The other thing that was really cool about Old Town Blaine, and it's not officially called Old Town Blaine, just meaning the older, more established neighborhoods, they always had parks. They always had really cool little parks, and a lot of them, for a number of years, in my personal opinion, looked a little dumpy. And then they must have had a resurgence of the playgrounds and stuff, that where they redid the ball fields and they put in new equipment for little kids. And it's just really, really great communities to start a family in. If you're not the type that's looking to have kids, they're great because the majority of them right around this area have a dog park, a place where fellow dog owners can network and make friends, so they could have doggy play dates, stuff like that. As it relates to on the kids side of things, if you wind up having kids and going to the high schools and such, you're talking about District 11 over in Blaine, and they're actually really, really solid school districts here in Blaine. I actually went to Blaine. I went to Blaine High School. Loved this area. Absolutely loved it. One of the other cool parts about this particular neighborhood in Blaine is that you're right by everything. You're like 10 seconds via car drive, and if anything, a 5-minute walk to the nearest grocery store. And if you're the type that is looking for diversity, man, Blaine has changed so much as far as diverse culture, diverse in race, diverse in mindset. It's really changed a lot over the years. It's really quite tremendous. And one of the other cool things about these neighborhoods is the fact that they're on the resurgence, meaning you're seeing, like many of them, as the neighborhoods tends to age, you see the houses kind of, I don't know if it's, the value of the neighborhood tends to go down, because generally it's so established, and many of the homeowners have hit that season in life where they're not putting a whole bunch of money into their property anymore. And they're probably, all right, we're gonna head back. They're probably in a position where they can't necessarily afford to fix up their home. And you see a lot of those where folks go to assisted livings and things like that. And then a new family, a new person purchases the home, and they start putting money into it just to take care of it and to make it look nice, increase the value. And the value overall in these neighborhoods, especially the 50s and 60s one-story homes, or ramblers that were that are starting to get redeveloped again, or not developed, I'm saying that wrong, rehabbed. Is that the word? Is that the word? Comment below. Is that the word? Rehabbed? I don't know. I suppose you could call it that, but rejuvenated. Ha! That's the word. Rejuvenated. You start to see the overall values in the neighborhood go up anywhere from 5-10% when you start seeing fresh vinyl siding, white windows, normally vinyl new white windows, new roofs. And one of the major things I tell buyers when you're going through, go through the neighborhood morning and at night. And if you don't feel safe, then maybe it's not the neighborhood for you. Because many buyers have asked me, hey, is this a safe neighborhood? Well, as a licensed professional, I actually legally can't tell you that because I can't have an opinion. That's got to be your perception, because it's a perceived thing. There's people that live in areas that have no houses in them and they have no neighbors and they feel like that's safe. But when they get into the cities or the Twin City suburbs, they think that they're not safe there. So it's kind of up to personal perception as it relates to that. I wouldn't get so hung up on that, especially if you call and we start showing you some houses. Just know we're going to find you a great place at a good price, and we're going to take really good care of you. I'm standing in here in front of one of the homes that's actually in the $300,000 to $400,000 range to kind of give you an idea of this neighborhood. It is a crazy, crazy upgrade in the 300 to 400 range. You've got brand new sidewalks, all brand new ends to the driveways. And one of the cool parts about something like that, when they just get brand new curb and gutter, generally seller has to pay for those types of things, or they've arranged for a payment method, and at the time that they're going to close, they will wind up ultimately paying for it. So you get to have all the enjoyment and they pay for it. How cool is that? So I'm starting out in the attached garage. Why? Because, well, when you pull in, the majority of the time, you're not going to get your house from the perspective of the front door. You're going to get your house from the perspective of where you get out of your vehicle. So come on, let's go. As you come in, you got a side entry right as you walk in. Closet for all your personals. Great, right? Okay. Let's head up and out. We're going to check out the backyard first because it's getting a little bit darker just because it's in the later afternoon, or not later afternoon. Well, yeah, it's in the later afternoon and it's fall time in Minnesota, and that's what happens. Oh, we've got lights. Do we have any lights? There we go. Now I can see what's going on. You have this huge 4-season porch. That's just a big, massive addition onto the house. That's just absolutely perfect for both entertaining and big family dinners if you wanted to. We've got the deck. So check this out. Oh goodness, you can't see anything, can you? Well, can't say we didn't try. In Minnesota during the fall, it gets dark all of a sudden. Definitely during the winters, it gets like that. So this one's kind of cool. It's got 2 separate decks on either. It's got a deck on either side of the 4-season porch, which is kind of neat. We've got a dining room, pretty decent sized kitchen, stainless appliances. And what's really great with these backsplashes, these are this is a stickum one that's actually not. It's just simply glued to the wall, and you can actually take this out pretty easily if you wanted to change it. So it's kind of cool if you decide like, oh, I just don't like that backsplash. But the kitchen's is great for me. I like the cabinets. You can peel that off. Through it, you could smell they just redid the floors and recoated them, which have that rich oil-based smell to them. Always liked the echoey noise when rooms were empty. Made the house feel brand new. I don't know if you're with me on that one or not. But really, really nice lighting in the bathroom. Definitely gives it a very soft, comforting feeling. Another thing that's really common I should talk about is with these homes that were built in the 80s and 90s, they didn't have ceiling lights. What you got a lot of times is this right there, is you didn't have, you'd have to use lamps. And that was really common 60s, 70s, 80s. And what they figured out was, hey, let's just do switched outlets because that's easier. Then we don't got to go up in the ceiling. It was a way that they were able to save on construction costs. Heading downstairs, Ooh. Cool. Check this out. Look at that. Gorgeous master bedroom. We'll walk back here. This is like kind of a side bedroom. And it's got cool integrated closets. Again, very soft with the lighting. I really like that. Oh, this is kind of a neat thing. Check this out. Woo! 3 light switches in this room, which is kind of nice. So you can have multiple different settings for light. Here's that bathroom off of the side. So it does have a second bathroom down in the basement or in the lower level. Ginormous laundry room. Always check the furnace. Always check the water heater. This looks like it's 10 plus years. This looks like it's about 6 years. Newer appliances. Huge, huge storage area right off the laundry room. And yet another really well laid out bedroom. The bedroom set that's in here just looks a little bit too large, I think, for the space. This is a king size bed, and it looks absolutely massive. Or at least it looks like a king. No, that's a queen size. It's a queen size sleigh bed. Definitely not a room for a sleigh bed. But if you had a standard bed frame, this room would feel absolutely ginormous. All right, let's shut lights off as we go. How do we do that? Is there even a light switch in here? Let's see it. What's going on here? Nope, that doesn't shut it off. That turns one on. They did spray foam on it. Interesting. Check that out. Strange. Wonder why. Maybe they thought it was going to soundproof it a little bit. Don't know. Well, I guess that light stays on because it was on when we came downstairs. Best I can assume. So as promised, I told you that if you stuck around till the end of the video, I was going to show you one of the best kept secrets in Blaine, Minnesota. Now, what does that look like? Well, it looks like a restaurant generally, because if you're talking to me, talking about food, because I love food and I love cool restaurants. So, right there, wing joint, baby. It's the only way to go. Absolutely delicious wings, absolutely delicious ribs. Super, super busy place. I think they have a couple of locations, but let's take a walk in here and say hi. Love this place. Great place to come to entertain for family or just to get a great meal. I'm having the wings. The wings are going to absolutely blow your mind if you ever stop by here. Just phenomenal. So generally when I'm ordering at the wing joint, I normally get the dry rub wings, and they're actually bringing us a bunch of their signature sauces. Thank you very much, Jessica. Jessica's the greatest. She's awesome. At any rate, you're going to get a taste of this. It's going to absolutely blow your mind when you stop here. Delicious, delicious, delicious. If you could, shoot a comment about what your favorite barbecue sauce is. I think what do we got here? We got 3. We've got sweet barbecue. We've got sweet and sour. We've got regular buffalo sauce. And they got buffalo mix. I personally like to have at least a couple of sauces when I get wings here, and gotta have at least a couple without anything on them, because it's just, I mean, look at that, it's insane. And these are entire wings. They're so delicious. Oh gosh, so good. The breading is so light. It's almost like tempura, deep fried something, right? But it's actually a breading, and it's a little bit sweet, and it's got a nice tang finish to it, which is not overpowering at all. Not too salty. Chicken inside is always juicy and absolutely delicious. So, what do we say? Let's give this a shot. Hot buffalo sauce. Ooh. I remember that now. Whew. That's perfect. Nice work. Bravo. So, if you're in the Blaine area, the wing joint, absolutely phenomenal fare. Can't go wrong. Never go wrong. Even on a date night. It's a great date night for you and your gal or you and your guy, your favorite person. Whoa! Didn't those wings look good? Oh man, they were delicious. Oh my gosh. So, strongly encourage you, come discover Blaine with us, and we'll head over to Wing Joint halfway through our showings. How about that? Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, make sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We would absolutely love the opportunity to make your move to Blaine, Minnesota a smooth one. Again, my name is Garrett Hilton. I'm with Bridge Realty, and all of our information is in the description below. You stay classy.